Hey, so if you've been numb for more than 6 months and you've just been calling it your personality, you're wrong. It's actually biology and it's reversible. And it's probably the single most underdiagnosed problem that I see in high performing professionals who are walking around right now. I'm Dr. Dee Bonney. I'm board certified in emergency medicine, spent 25 years working in the ER, but for the last 4 years, my wife and I operate an IV ketamine therapy practice in central Indiana called Alpha Omega Wellness. And there we've treated over 800 patients, delivered more than 4,000 infusions, each one of them supervised by me. By the end of this video, you'll know whether the numbness that you've been calling your personality is actually a baseline shift that you can reverse, and you're going to know what specifically reverses it. So first of all, let's talk about what numb actually is in your brain. Numb is not the absence of feeling. It's the brain basically turning down the volume on signals that it can't process anymore. Your amygdala, that threat detection part of your brain, it's been firing chronically for years. And then your prefrontal cortex, that executive function area that's involved in decision making and regulating our emotions, it's been compensating also for years. Both have been working overtime for so long that the brain is going to protect itself by reducing that reactivity globally. They've seen it on MRI. Chronic stress grows the amygdala and it shrinks the prefrontal cortex. This is documented. It's not theoretical. So it's a self-preservation mechanism, not a character flaw. That's what numb actually is. It's protection. Now let me explain to you how it actually got there. So how does a healthy nervous system become a numb one? Well, a healthy nervous system oscillates back and forth. It's on for work, off for rest. It's back on tomorrow. But a stressed nervous system, it loses that ability to oscillate back and forth. It just stays on. And after 18 to 24 months of staying on, the brain just shifts that baseline downwards. This is what people describe when they say, Doc, I haven't felt like myself in years. Sleep doesn't fix it. Therapy just talks around it. SSRI seem to touch the wrong layer in my brain. The masked high performer demographic, it's at the highest risk because their job depends on them not oscillating. Think doctors, lawyers, executives, founders, parents with 3 kids. So people whose value actually depends on never stopping. So this isn't your fault. It's kind of like a math problem. The system that you've been running can't run at this load indefinitely. So that's how we got here. All right, I just want to do a quick check-in. So if you're still performing, but inside you feel flat, short-fused, and exhausted, understand that that isn't a character flaw. In high performers, chronic stress can lock the brain into this survival mode. So motivation drops, sleep gets wrecked, and everything just feels kind of numb. So I made a short guide called the High Performers Brain Health Reset. In that, you're going to see key warning signs that your brain is actually stuck in that survival mode, what chronic stress is doing to the brain circuits, put in plain English, and a simple reset plan that you can actually start tonight. So listen, if this sounds uncomfortably accurate, don't just shrug it off. Tap the link in the description of this video or just come to consult.alphaomegawellness.com/reset, enter your best email, and I'll send you the guide for free. And then read it tonight. Do one action at the end of each section, and if that guide is describing you and you're able to come to Central Indiana for treatment, there's a link on that last page to just book a free brain health consult with my team. Now, let me tell you what actually reverses it. You see, reversal of this isn't motivation, it's not willpower, it's not just thinking positive. The reversal is actually rebuilding this structural layer in the brain. So we're talking about real synaptic rewiring. We're talking about real plasticity of the brain, releasing a chemical called BDNF so that these connections start growing back. And IV ketamine therapy gives you that window in days, not years. And then what we do at our office is integration during that time period, also in days, not years. So in the first 3 weeks at our clinics, patients actually start describing absences. The crying for no reason stops. The Sunday dread stops. The 3 a.m. rumination stops. And then after 6 weeks, the depression and anxiety scales are down often 60 to 70%. Those are standardized scales. They aren't just feelings. After 3 months, most of our patients are just operating at a different baseline that they hadn't even experienced for 5 to 10 years. So that's what reverses it. It's real and it's reproducible. And we've done this for over 800 patients. So 3 things. Numb is the brain protecting itself. It's not a character flaw. It got there because your nervous system couldn't oscillate back and forth anymore. And it reverses with the right structural intervention, not just a change in mindset. If this describes you, I just want to encourage you that you don't have to continue to feel numb. There is actual change that can happen in your brain to restore the brain health so that you actually experience joy and enthusiasm about life again, so that you're not just shut down inside, so that you're not just white knuckling it between days, trying to get to the weekend or whatever gets you a little bit of relief. I want you to remember one thing. It's about brain health, not mental health.